when it comes to the world of sport, we know over time the athletes are allowed to try different sports. We've seen some persons start from athletics, go into the world of football. Some have also gone into the world of football, but then at the end of the day, they find themselves in athletics. But for one man who is a former Big Brother Nigeria star, he is a high jumper, one who is an athlete who has represented Nigeria before when it comes to the world of athletics. I also remember he represented Rivers State at the 2020 National Sports Festival in Edo State, Benin City. But this time around, Mike Edwards has announced his foray into professional boxing. The athlete made his announcement via his ex-handle on Friday. He will be joining the cruiserweight division of the Misfit Boxing, and his debut bout will be against Jake Cornish on the yet-to-be-announced date. Edwards, according to him, says he's excited to announce his entry into the world of professional boxing and is thrilled to join the cruiserweight division roster on Misfit Boxing, and is looking forward to get his bout on the line. Now, joining me to talk about the prospect of Mike Edwards and the chances and a lot of things that have to go by when it comes to the world of boxing is a fight analyst when it comes to combat sports and a lot of sports when it has to do with either boxing or UFC. Opeyemi joins us this morning all the way from Cross River, Nigeria. Good morning to you. Welcome to the game.
Hi, Favour. Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much. A quick one. How would you evaluate Mike Edwards transitioning from entertainment to professional boxing in terms of skill, development, and athlete potential?
It's a different ball game, but the good thing is he's an athlete already. Because if you look at it, for the fact that he's into high jump, so he's already an athlete. I know a lot of people really got into Mike Edwards during the Big Brother Nigeria and the fact that he's into entertainment. But he's at least proven himself. He's won a couple of medals while representing Delta State. And I'm not too sure while representing Nigeria, but heading over into boxing, it's a very different ballgame. I think he's going into this for money. When you look at Misfit and what they have done, with all due respect to them, I can take my mind back to 2018 when it all started. And then we could talk about KSI having his first fight. Still fast forward in the year 2018, he had a fight also with Logan Paul. 2019, a rematch which he beat Logan Paul. So it all started out just like YouTubers coming into boxing, the boxing world. And I love what they've done because they also drew in a different set of fans into the boxing world. And guess what? They're making money from it. Maybe it's also what Mike Edwards is looking at. The fact that with the issues that have surrounded the Athletics Federation of Nigeria for the past few years, it's now an opportunity for him to also make money while going into boxing.
All right, let's look at from a sports perspective. Now, what specific challenges do you anticipate Mike Edwards facing as he enters the professional boxing arena, especially considering his background in entertainment?
It's funny because, yeah, high jump is also sports, but it's way different from this. You can ask the likes of Conor McGregor, who had maybe a glimpse in boxing, and we saw his loss to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just recently, it was Francis Ngannou who went taking on maybe the two best heavyweights, should say top three, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. He lost out in both. So it's very different from Mike Edwards. Am I expecting him to do something different here? He's fighting an entertainer also. So that's why maybe it's going to be more fun, more interesting. He's not running up street to fight a professional boxer like what Francis Ngannou did. Ngannou went in fighting Anthony Joshua. Ngannou went in fighting Tyson Fury. But he's also fighting just an influencer from Instagram. So maybe he could start up from there, build on the boxing career before he gets a professional boxing fight.
All right, then, for someone coming from an entertainment background, and just his opponent as well, just like you said, is also an entertainer, but then again, he's a former athlete as well. So coming in from the world of entertainment, being an athlete, what skill sets from these backgrounds can help him going into the world of boxing?
It's you switching something different. Combat sports, as I gave the examples of Conor McGregor, Francis Ngannou, it's almost similar. It's just the difference is you're not going to use your elbow, you're not going to use your knee, you're not going to use your feet. But him now coming over from athletics, you just know he's got the body of an athlete, which is good. He's been trained professionally as an athlete, also, which is something nice. But when you're coming into boxing, it's way different. Your stance, how you stand, it's not something he's learned from when he was young. Like I spoke about Floyd Mayweather Jr. When he started out, when he was way younger, and then he grew into it. So he's just switching at this old age. Body, he's got the body of an athlete, but boxing, it's going to be something very, very different from the punches, how your stance, and all. So it's going to be very different for Mike Edwards.
All right, well said. Let's now go straight to another angle from a strategic standpoint. What areas of Mike Edwards' boxing game do you believe he needs to focus on and improve upon to succeed at the professional level?
He's just starting, and one thing they always teach maybe for boxers is your jabs. He's got the height, which is also something nice. He's fighting in the cruiserweight, just a weight below the heavyweight. So since he's got the height, the first thing he's got to work on is his jabs. Secondly is his feet. His movement is all that is going to matter when he heads into the ring. Jake Cornea, who he's up against, like I said, he's just an entertainer. Mike Edwards also is an entertainer, but looking from a different view, he is a professional athlete. So he's got to work on his moves, that's his legs, and then his jabs, because I cannot guarantee and say he's got the power to go in his first fight and get a knockout. He's never done boxing professionally, so it's just very, very different. I think his feet is what he's got to work on first, and then secondly is his jabs.
All right, then, considering the star power of Mike Edwards, do you think him going into boxing would help to get a new target audience or a new set of fans in the sport?
Yes, he will. I might not be a big fan of the Big Brother Nigeria show, but first of all, for people that are fans of the Big Brother Nigeria show, you just know that, he's going to drag. This is Mike Edwards from Big Brother. He's now going to drag in fans into it. When YouTubers started out boxing, like when KSI, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, when they went into boxing in 2018, they brought in YouTube fans, which made a lot of sense. So it was now YouTube fans becoming boxing lovers. I know they've gone on maybe to have one or two professional bouts with proper boxers. Example was KSI taking on Tommy Fury. That was a few months ago. So you brought in YouTubers and have become boxing fans. For Mike Edwards now, he's going to bring in a different crowd from the entertainment perspective, not just those that have been around him and know him for his high jump and what he's been doing. So from the entertainment perspective, he's going to bring in fans also. Hopefully, he wins in his first fight. I think from there now, everybody will be more interested in, Mike Edwards has gone into boxing. He's now won his first fight. Let's see what moves on from there.
All right, so before we let you go, I would like to get maybe an advice for Mike Edwards as he makes his transition from entertainment to professional boxing, both in terms of his training approach and his public image management.
He's got a great image management. I love what he did. Transition also from athletics to entertainment, back to athletics again. And I guess my only advice would be, he shouldn't be in a rush. You win some, you lose some. He might not win his first fight. I wish he does, but he might not win his first fight, but he can still move on from there. Ngannou has lost 2. He came into boxing. He has lost 2 fights. And I keep saying it's not the end of the road for Francis Ngannou. He can still go in and fight. He can still go in and win boxing bouts. So for Mike Edwards, he just has to take it a step at a time. It's his first bout. I know it's not, I've not confirmed how many rounds it's going to be, but I know it's not going to be beyond 10. And from there, maybe he could be moving on and even fighting against pro fighters, talking of professional boxing fighters.
All right, thank you very much, Ekpo, for your in-depth analysis. I will only wait to see what comes of his career, especially when the dates are out for the bout. But interestingly, athletes have begun to look at other sports as where they can actually make money from. Thank you very much for your time. I hope to hear from you soon.
It's been a pleasure, Favour.